What's good, world? MIAB back here with another reaction video. Glad everybody tuned into all my other videos I've been posting. I kind of don't know why I get into these UFC videos, but I don't know. They're kind of interesting. And I'm a huge fan of the sport anyway, so it only just makes sense that I just sit here and I react to talk about it anyway, because I be watching the fights anyway. So I sit here and do this, and I have fun doing it. Here, hold on. Let me fix this camera, because why the hell? There we go. Does this look better? Let's see. I'm gonna leave the camera there. I hope that's better. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to get into it with y'all. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the UFC anyway, so I watch the fights. I enjoy talking about them, and I enjoy talking about the fighters, whether I'm right or wrong. But it's just fun anyway. So let me know what y'all think. Again, if you don't, I don't give a fuck. And if you do, I don't give a fuck. We're just in this shit, and I'm gonna keep doing this shit, keep running it up, because I enjoy to just talk about the UFC and talk about MMA in general, because again, I am just a big fan. But I want to get into why is Islam running out of opponents? Why is Merab not the GOAT? Why is Merab not the bantamweight GOAT? And a couple other things. But I did want to talk about one thing first, and that was Kevin Holland. I wanted to start off with the fact that he did the Rampage Jackson interview. And I don't know why, but I should have knew after watching that interview he was going to lose to the Ritter. It was just like he wasn't even focused. For him to be trying to fight Rampage, it showed that it was just stupid, and for me to even think he was going to win. And he's just way too okay with losing altogether. If you're not going to go for the belt and you're on a losing streak, shouldn't you at least try to win at least one or two in the middle of all that, instead of just going on a straight I don't care streak? Because that's all it really is. It's like, are you even preparing for these fights properly, or do you even give a fuck? But I'm sure if you asked him, he only does it for the money. I'm sure a lot of people say that, the exposure. Truthfully, that just makes him sound super weak. He's such a great athlete. He's a great fighter when he wants to be, but I just feel like him just giving that I don't care attitude just makes him, but not only him, it makes the sport look goofy, because it's like, bro, the most important thing here is the fans, and that's what we are here. We're here to watch you win. We're not here to watch you talk about how you wanted to win. And that's what brings me to this. Let me see if I can get this reaction thing out the way. Kevin Holland lost by submission to the Ritter, which I called. I said if he wasn't going to be able to punch him and punch his way to that W, then he was going to... to that decision, that he was going to find himself in a submission. And the fact that he didn't care just made it even worse, and it just made it 10 times easier for the Ritter to just pull off the submission. I want to get into this right here. This is what I want to get into. My bad, I got my script getting in the way. Again, you already know, I write my script because, you know why. I want to be on top of this and talk about it correctly. But this is Kevin Holland giving up in the first round, or not giving up, but tapping out in the first round after he knew that the Ritter was going to take him down. He knew he was going to go for the choke. He knew he was going to try to submit him, and still...
Just like that, Rainier to Ritter submits Kevin Holland in round one.
Very, very impressive. That's impressive.
I don't even think the Ritter could believe how fast he did it. I know that he wanted to and he planned to do it like this, but I still don't believe that he even believed he did it like this. And it's all because Kevin Holland don't care, and he doesn't fight with the will to fight. He just comes in there with the I don't care attitude, and that right there is exactly what cuts off everything. It just literally throws everything in the trash as far as like a fan. Like, as far as a fan of him and him in the sport, it's like you got to be two separate things if you want to be a Kevin Holland fan, because if not, then you're going to find yourself in a real ridiculous situation. Anyways, that's them. Let's get into... I'm going to skip the Almeida fight, because, again, I don't even know why that was on the main card, even though it did make sense. It was a great fight. I mean, I don't really... I just like, bro, I just want to talk about the fighters that I maybe one day if this channel ever blows up, I'll go and I'll talk about all of the fighters. But as of right now, I just want to talk about the fighters or the fights I was tuning in to watch, because this is an opinion-based channel. That's what I do here. I don't do all that bullshit. But next, I want to get in and talk about Jiri. He had a beautiful win over Jamahal Hill. I mean, I was completely wrong about him. Let me see. I was completely wrong. I was completely fucking wrong. I was completely wrong. Jamal ended up going out there. Actually, let me get this up right here. I had to look at the picture one more time. Went out there and he definitely looked like a better version of himself. Although Jamal barely used a lot of his tools, like leg kicks, like I wanted him to. Jiri had slick movement. I mean, he was like timing those shots with his head and like waiting for him to throw. And when he did, he would just come in with like a smooth right hook or a left hook. Like he knew exactly when to throw him. He was timing Jamal on every point of every movement. Even with his feet, he just kept moving them. Even though he wasn't getting them kicked much, he just kept staying on his toes. And he did a lot of keeping his hands up, which you got to give him hands to. The one thing I wanted to talk about was his accurate punching. He was punching just so accurately. Like, it wasn't like he was not going to miss. Jamal could not handle it. It was sad to see, like, Jamal dealing with this. Again, I wanted him to win. That was my pick through the fight. But just Jiri just looked unstoppable out there. Not that he looked unstoppable. He just looked so slick and so. But again, everybody looks like that when they're going against somebody that might not be on their level. But Jiri definitely went out there and proved that. That's why I say this sport is fun to watch. That's why I find this interest in this sport. That's why I have such a deep passion for this sport. And I don't know what happened. I thought Jiri would go out there and, I thought Jamal would go out there and beat Jiri to a pulp. Turns out it was a one-side beating, and the only side that was doing the beating was from Jiri's side. Jiri showed a balance of all his skills, which I mean by that is, like, he likes that samurai style, but he showed to not just stick in one area too much. He just kept switching everything just to see where Jamal would go. And it looked like Jamal was like just in a regular bar fight. Left 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, uppercut whenever you can. And then, obviously, occasionally some knees. But I think Jiri was just showing off a skill that was just too much for him at that point. And, I don't know if y'all think the same thing, but it was bad. I seen Jamal leaving the arena. Again, sad video to see. But at the end of the day, Jiri went out there and he made Jamal get beat to a pulp. And then after, what did he do? He went and celebrated. They went and had a shot together. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show. I wanted to show these. Show these right here. Oh wait, let me show this. Let me show this first. No, actually, this is where we're at. This is what I have for y'all. I got Jiri. It sucks to see both of them at this point, because it was so weird to see Jiri call out for Alex for the trilogy. Because it's like, bro, it's like you have to fight like at least one more time, maybe, before we want to see that. But as far as Jamal, it's like he lost. That's out the window. And now who are we gonna watch him fight? We're gonna watch him fight Khalil Roundtree. And I'm down for that. That would be a great fight. But altogether, like, damn, that shit sucks. I felt for him. He went out there and Jamal put on a great fight as far as, like, you know, even, and I want to say he was completely outmatched, but to be on your back foot and trying to figure out how to not get punched the whole time, he went out there and kept getting back up, tried to fight back, tried to not complain, and then after the fight, he paid his respects to Jiri. He knew that he fucked up the first time the way he played it out, and he wanted to play it out better this time, and that's what you got to give respect to. Again, that's why I say this is what the sport is. The best part about it was that they met each other at the bar, ended up getting a drink together. Come on now. Shook it out. Everybody always ends up on good terms at the end to shake it out. Merab and Umar, they ain't probably never going to shake it out. But it's good to see that these two were able to get it out. And it's funny to think that Alex Pierre is the reason that these two even had beef. The belt was the reason, but once the belt was out of the way, Alex Pereira built the beef for them and made it even more than what it was. So he's like he's like the reason for their friendship. So now they're gonna get close, and I don't know. I'm glad to see where both of their careers go from here, and I'm happy to see what Yuri does after this, and see if Yuri can actually stabilize a couple more, like a win, and then come here and maybe get Alex. But again, we'll see. Let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna admit I was completely wrong. Yuri obliterated Jamahal Hill. Jamal, you put up a great fight. All respects to you. We are gonna be happy to see you come back. Yuri, we are more excited to see you come back now, and with these attitudes, and that's what makes this sport so great. And you guys put on a great fight. Thank you. I want to say thank you because as a fan, that was a great fight. And I'm gonna move on to the next ones. You already know what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do, and that's what we gotta get into. We gotta get into Merab beating it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna say it like that. But moving on to Merab versus Umar. I can't say I was surprised with what happened because I already knew. But let me see. Let me do this one first. Woo! Yeah, like I said, I can't say I was surprised. I mean, he did what I knew he would do. He played possum the first few rounds so he could fill out Umar. I literally called this all out. Once Umar shows off all his strikes and gives everything he has all at once, Merab was able to figure out Umar, maybe even notice the weaknesses. And, I mean, once he did that, I mean, we can all see what happened after that. He started just playing around with him after that. He started to play around with him with takedown, his energy, his coach. Like a million things are going through Usman's mind while Merab's over here having a fun time. I mean, we could take into a fact that Usman had injuries in his hand, but Merab was injured too. And just like I called in my last video, fighters who lose shouldn't be posting about the injuries. That doesn't even make sense. Go heal. You're going to get a rematch. You showed that you had what it takes to be out there. I mean, by what we've seen in the fight, it's like, bro, why talk about your injury after the fact? Because it's like you're just throwing away all the hard work you put in that 5-round fight. If the injury didn't stop the fight, don't talk about the fight. You did good with that injury. Keep it a secret. Go back out there and do better. But instead you want to talk about it because you want to cope and you want to make yourself feel better. And I do not respect. And that I will never give it okay to. On the other hand, Merab put on a great fight. Altogether, he was flexing in front of Khabib. Like I said right here, Khabib was sick. It was hilarious. I don't know why to me, Umar kind of looks like the monkey emoji. So every time he was like rolling around and all that type of stuff, it was just so funny to me. I got this one too. Like, tell me he don't look like the monkey emoji, just a little bit. So I was laughing. He had him rolling around and kicking and doing all that stuff. It really just made him look like a monkey. And I don't know if that's racist to their, you know. But I'm not saying it that way. I'm just saying it's funny that, you know, Khabib's the eagle. He looks like a monkey. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, that was funny. I mean, at the end of the day, we couldn't deny the fact that Merab was going to win anyway. He was just way more outskilled than him. And I told y'all from the beginning it was going to be a battle of the injury and whose injury was worse and who could withstand their injury to get past the fight and win. And just like I said, Merab has more of a championship mindset to do that. So that's why he was able to pull off the W. And that's why Merab's here celebrating with his fancy shorts, doing all that shit, flexing in front of Khabib, mollywopped Umar, and now he's going to do it to Sugar Sean O'Smelly. And then once Smelly's done, we'll get an even bigger fight between him and Umar, because that was a great matchup. Besides the injury bullshit, I'm hyped for a rematch. If both of them go out and fight one more person each, I'm ready for that rematch. That would be a great fight. And coming in 100% healthy will make that fight even bigger. But again, we're spending too much time dwelling on the fact that they weren't at their full fucking health, that throws everything else out the window. bad. My ring camera was going on, making sure nobody was breaking in. But yeah, it's just like, it's pointless. I want to see them. If they could get 2 fights back to back, he could get one more title defense. Umar could come back and possibly win. And that will make a great rematch. That will make a money fight. That will give him real competition. And again, the Sean O'Malley fight's already going to be big. So might as well warm up that Usman rematch that's already big. And don't sit here dwelling on the fact that Umar might have broke his hand. Umar fought 4 more rounds without mentioning his hand. So we should talk about the fact that Umar could have possibly won with having a broken hand. Imagine what he could do with a fixed hand. Don't sit here dwelling on the fact, oh, he should have, could have won. Like, no, we're not doing that. Get ready. Next fight. Be healthy. Take smart shots. Take smart punches. Take smart takedown defense. Have smart fucking takedowns. And win. That's what it's about. That's what we want to see. And that's what's going to make the matchup even better. Fuck all the injury bullshit. Because they weren't talking about the injury since the beginning of this whole setup of since they booked the fights. They've been talking about injuries. And the minute they end, the next day, injuries. Like, bruh, I'm over that. I'm over it. I'm happy Merab won. Congrats to Merab. Again, thanks for a great fight. It was crazy. It was intriguing. Seeing Khabib try to grab the belt at the end of the fight was the most funniest thing. He looked like he was losing it. He looked like he couldn't even comprehend the fact that Umar lost and Umar was tired and Umar was getting taken down the way he was. But at the end of the day, Merab is the machine. Merab is Merab, and Merab is the Dvalishvili, and he's on his way to be the bantamweight GOAT. And I will say this, and I'm going to say it in one sentence. Merab Dvalishvili is not the bantamweight GOAT yet because he has beat everyone, got to the belt. Right? Hear me out. Beat everyone, get to the belt. Now you hold the belt and you have to beat everyone. That's what every person that has the belt should have already done. This shouldn't be just Merab. This should be everybody should be fighting their way up to that belt. So that way when they go and have those rematches, they're 10 times bigger. The fact that everybody's skipping all of these people, it's skipping the rematch process, it's skipping the first fight. So the second fight is never as big enough. They're fighting scrubs. They'll never get to see their skills together. At the end of the day, Merab should fight everybody he fought again. Beats them twice. He is the bantamweight GOAT. Don't jump ahead of yourselves. Don't. And I fuck with Merab heavy. But he got a little bit of time. Don't go rushing the process already and shit, because y'all love to see people crash before they can shine. And I don't like that. Let Merab get to his space, and then y'all gonna see. Just like I told you against Umar, Merab will be the GOAT. We just need time. Moving on to the main event. Simple. I don't even want to make this one a long one. Let me see. I'm going to go right here. Nope. I lied. I got a special one for y'all. I got a special fucking additional picture that I don't even think I added in here. Let me see. It's this one right here. It's this one right here. I mean, the man himself said it, so I don't really have to say it. But he said he really likes this belt. And if you really want it, come and take it. Simple. You want the belt? Come and take it. Come and take it. I'm going to say it like this. I don't want to make a super long video on why Islam is the best and why he shouldn't move up and all this other stuff. But I will say this. Islam cannot go anywhere without fighting Arman. Arman still has to fight him because, like, I don't know. Like, the UFC can't go and, like, just ditch him. They have to squeeze him in for a fight before the end of the year. And they need to get Arman back in there for a rematch as soon as possible. Because to make that fight happen, I think is the best, like, clear matchup for Islam. And the fight is, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, the fight is worth the watch, but the fight is made for the watch because of the matchup. The matchup literally makes for it. We can't just ditch the fact that he's literally the best contender in the world. I don't even remember, he's out like 25 fights or something like that. And still waiting to catch back up to Islam. I know he broke his back. Not backing him up for that. All I'm saying is that if Islam wants to move up, he needs to fight Arman first, because Arman is the true #1 contender of that division, and leaving that division without fighting that true #1 contendership is gonna hurt Islam's career, and it's gonna just be like Khabib when he didn't fight Tony. If he does not move, if he does not wait to fight his #1 contender, he's not like I'm saying, like, resumes build everything in this sport. It's all about who you fought and who you beat, not about how many people you beat. That's what people don't understand. That's why when everybody talks about Khabib's career, they always break down those last 4 or 5 fights he had. Arman and Islam have to fucking fight, bro. If Islam and Arman fight, Islam can win. Islam can move up. He could conquer what's his name's belt, then his division. But we can't skip past the #1 contender. Just like, bro, like Dana. The gate sold even more. That like rarely happens after Arman backed out. Like, anyways, since that fight didn't happen, Islam fought a #10 contender. So we can't just go jumping to calling him the GOAT, because, like, yeah, it was great to see him, and we shouldn't, like, it was great to see. But shouldn't we expect our #1 pound for pound fighter in the world to be able to take a short notice against the #10? Like, I'm not going to say it like I'm going to discredit them, like I'd sign up to fight them tomorrow. But I'm saying, shouldn't we already expect that? I mean, we've spent so many years letting people slide. I think it's about time we start counting people for what the fuck it is and making people earn their records in here. And we don't just throw out GOAT towards everybody that comes out here and earns a little title defense for themselves. Get a couple title defenses and you're the GOAT? They gotta work on that, because it doesn't make no sense. You beat Renato Moicano, you beat Dustin, you beat Charles before or whatever. Excuse me. You have to fight Arman. Fight Arman, win, go to the next weight class, and we will be so happy I will be so happy to say that Islam is the GOAT, the greatest. Because, again, it's about who you fight. You've really beaten a lot of good people, but he is your clear matchup. He's the one that's younger than he's the dog. Don't leave your career without fighting Arman and moving up and ditching all of that, because I guarantee you they will never forget that Arman fight. And I just want to appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate you guys watching my videos. Appreciate everybody that comments. I love the negative comments. They literally make the reason why I do this. I work a lot. I don't get a lot of chances to come out here making videos. But since I love UFC so much, I come out here and I do it. And I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Check y'all out.